Welcome, and let me show you how I messed up my DIY tie and dye for Christmas. I was trying to be creative and do something different for my sheets. However, in the end, it turned out really nice. However, at the beginning, there were a lot of issues. So just to start off, I have a blue theme going on since about 2 years ago Christmas, and I've continued on. I don't know what is happening, but I love that blue theme. So everything is in my house is either gray, some shade of blue, or purple, and I'm stuck with that. And that's what I was going for my tie and dye sheets. So just to start off, I use Rit dye. I took all the precautionary measures, and my apartment is so small, y'all, that everything I do, whether it be my crochet or my plants or DIY projects, it's usually in my living room. So watch along and see what I do. I'll just jump in now and then just to give you an update of exactly what I did to get the the tie and dye fail that was actually a success in the end. As I said, my apartment is small. I had to spread tarpaulin on the floor just to fold the clothes to the design that I wanted it on. And so you're seeing here where I'm trying to fold it and then using the cord to wrap it to give it that tie and dye look that I needed. So I elastic the damp pillow slips, and I repeated this with the other pillow slips and with the sheets as well. Here are the dyes that I use on both the sheets and the pillow slips. So it's what you call the top sheet and the two pillow slips. And if you're a professional tie and dye person who does this for a living, you could know I'm making a lot of errors here because that is not the correct dye. Usually you would use a Rit dye with some salt in a water to dye the thing, but this is where I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm still going to show you some of the mistakes that I made. There goes my dog Summer. She always wants to be in the middle of everything that I'm doing, but yeah. And this is me just showing you how big the sheets are. The first one I did was the pillow slips, but this is the sheet that I was tying dyeing. So you may ask, how was that a fail? First of all, I didn't use the right technique. Second of all, after tie and dyeing and waiting 24 hours for it to dry, I didn't rinse it out, and I just put it right in the dryer for it to dry. You can imagine the entire dryer was blue. I had to get down to cleaning out the dryer because it was a mess. But look at the finished product. It was supposed to be a white and blue with some teal tie and dye. However, the entire thing, just look. Ah, the tie and dye fail. Okay, but you have an idea what I was going for. So let me get on to tie and dyeing the 2 pillow slips. That's the sheet. I redid it, and we keep our fingers crossed. And this is where creativity has to come into place, because you gotta work with what you have. Look at how it turned out, people. What I did was to dye the white canopy curtains into blue, and look at how it turned out. I also crocheted some lamp covers. One day I'll do a tutorial on it, but just look at how it came out. And for all the red dye that I bought, I spent a total of $30 just to make over my bedroom for Christmas. Look at it. I am loving this blue. I am loving the colors, and I'm loving the excitement that it brings. And if this is the first time to my channel, please subscribe, like, share my videos. I have no fancy editing, no fancy things that I'm putting on there. It's just my cell phone and giving you an inside view in my day-to-day life. I love DIY projects, I love crocheting, I love my plants, and so I'm going to bring more of those, but it's just a simple version of me. Everything that you see here is at the canopies that my daughter made with me, crocheting I put together, plants. I'm always going to the thrift store to get cost-effective stuff, or on marketplace. So you'll see more of my videos as we go along. Thank you for watching.